The number one habit that kills your attractiveness. What if I told you there's one habit, something you probably do every single day, that's secretly making you unattractive? 90% of people unknowingly destroy their attractiveness with just one behavior. And if you're watching this, chances are you're guilty of it too. This isn't about looks, style, or even confidence. It's something deeper. A single toxic habit that makes you seem insecure, desperate, and completely uninteresting without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. Once you know what it is, fixing it is easy. And by the end of this video, you'll never make this mistake again. So let's get into it. Let me take you back to a moment in my life that completely changed how I saw myself. A few years ago, I was doing everything I thought I was supposed to do to be attractive. I was hitting the gym regularly, dressing sharp, even working on my social skills, but something wasn't clicking. I'd go out with friends, meet new people, even go on dates, but I kept noticing a pattern. Conversations would start strong, then fizzle out. People would seem interested at first, but then they'd slowly pull away. And I couldn't figure out why. I remember one night, after a date that went okay but didn't lead anywhere, I sat in my car replaying everything in my head. Did I say something wrong? Was I not funny enough? Not confident enough? Then it hit me. I was making a mistake so subtle, so ingrained in my behavior that I didn't even realize I was doing it. And here's the crazy part. 90% of people do this without even knowing it. Now you might be thinking, is it bad breath, poor posture, talking too much? No. It's not about hygiene, it's not about your looks, and it's not even about being awkward. It's something you do in conversations, something you do on dates, something you might even be doing right now on social media. And the worst part? It makes you seem needy without you even realizing it. Let me explain why this habit is so damaging. 1. It makes you look desperate without you knowing. Ever met someone who laughs a little too hard at their own jokes? Or someone who constantly checks their phone after sending a text to see if the other person replied? Or worse, someone who changes their opinions just to fit in with the group? That's what this habit does. It's a silent killer of attraction because it broadcasts one thing loud and clear. I need your approval to feel good about myself. And nothing turns people off faster than desperation, even if you don't realize you're doing it. 2. It destroys mystery and intrigue. Attraction isn't just about looks or charm, it's about curiosity. The more someone wonders about you, the more drawn to you they become. But this habit, it kills that mystery. It makes you predictable. It makes you easy to read. And when people feel like they've figured you out too quickly, they lose interest. Fast. 3. People subconsciously lose respect for you. Here's the brutal truth. People don't respect those who seek validation. Think about it. When someone is constantly fishing for compliments or agreeing with everything you say just to be liked, do you admire them? Or do you start to see them as weak? This habit erodes your social power without you even noticing. And the scariest part? Most people don't even realize they're doing it. I'll never forget the moment I realized I was guilty of this. I was out with a group of friends, and there was this one guy who had this effortless magnetism. People just wanted to be around him, and I couldn't figure out why. Then I watched him closely. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the funniest, he wasn't even the best-looking guy in the room. But there was one thing he did differently. He wasn't seeking approval. He wasn't laughing at jokes he didn't find funny. He wasn't nodding along to opinions he didn't agree with. He wasn't scrambling to fill awkward silences. And that's when it hit me. The less you try to impress people, the more impressive you become. That night, I went home and started paying attention to my own behavior. And I was shocked. I realized I was doing small things, subtle things, that were silently sabotaging my attractiveness. Laughing too hard at someone's joke just to be liked. Over-explaining myself because I was afraid of being misunderstood. Posting things on social media just to get validation. And the worst part? I didn't even know I was doing it. But once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And that's when everything changed. If you've ever felt like you're putting in effort, but not getting the attention you want. People seem interested at first, but then fade away. You're constantly second-guessing how you come across. Then chances are you're falling into this trap too. But here's the good news. Once you know what it is, Fixing it is simple. And in the next section, I'm going to reveal exactly what this habit is and how to eliminate it for good. So stay tuned, because what comes next could completely change how people see you. The number one habit that's secretly sabotaging your attractiveness, the one 90% of people don't even realize they're doing, is over-validation seeking. That's right, not bad posture, not awkwardness, not even being too nice. It's the desperate, invisible need for external approval that's making people lose interest in you without you even knowing why. What does over-validation seeking look like? Let me paint you a picture you might recognize. You're on a date, and instead of relaxing into the conversation, you're mentally scrambling to say the perfect thing to impress them. You post a selfie on Instagram, then check every 5 minutes to see how many likes you've gotten. Someone gives you a casual compliment, and instead of just saying thanks, you deflect it with, "Oh, this old thing? I just threw it on." Because accepting praise feels uncomfortable. You laugh at a joke you didn't find funny, just so people think you're fun. You hide your real opinions because you're afraid of disagreement. Sound familiar? That's over-validation seeking in action. Why this backfires spectacularly. Here's the brutal truth. The more you seek validation, the less you receive it. Studies in social psychology, like research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, show that confidence, real confidence, the kind that comes from within, is the number one driver of attraction. Not looks, not status, not even humor. Self-sufficiency. Because when you constantly seek approval, you broadcast neediness. People smell desperation like sharks smell blood. It's subconscious, but it's instant. You erase your mystery. Attraction thrives on curiosity. If you're constantly explaining yourself or people-pleasing, you become an open book, and nobody stays up all night rereading a book they've already finished. You train people to devalue you. Ever noticed how the less you care about someone's opinion, the more they chase yours? That's not a coincidence. It's human nature, the irony of approval chasing. I learned this the hard way. There was a time I'd walk into a room and immediately scan for reactions. Do they like my outfit? Am I saying the right things? Until one day, a friend pulled me aside and said, "You know why people vibe with you less when you try harder? Because trying hard looks like you're selling something, and nobody trusts a salesman." Boom, mind blown. That's when I realized the people we're most drawn to aren't the ones begging for our attention. They're the ones who don't seem to need it. Think about it. The coworker who stays quiet in meetings, but everyone leans in when they speak. The friend who rarely posts on social media, but gets bombarded with "we miss you" comments. The date who's fully present instead of performative. That's the energy you want. The science of sincerity. A Harvard study tracked social interactions and found that people rated others as 34% more attractive when they displayed non-needy behavior. Simple things like holding eye contact without seeking a reaction, being comfortable with silence, expressing opinions without apology. Why? Because it signals security. And nothing is more attractive than someone who's at home in their own skin. Your turnaround starts now. If you're thinking, "Shoot, I do this," good. Awareness is step one. Because here's the best part. This is fixable. In fact, the solution is so simple that once you implement it, you'll notice people responding to you differently within days. And that's exactly what I'm breaking down next. The solution: how to eliminate over-validation seeking for good. Now that you know what's been sabotaging you, let's fix it. Because here's the truth. You don't need to become attractive. You just need to stop doing the things that make you unattractive. And the best part? It's easier than you think. Step one, spot the behavior. The mirror technique. I want you to do something uncomfortable but powerful. For the next 3 days, pretend you're a scientist studying your own behavior. Every conversation, every text, every social media post, ask yourself, am I saying this because it's true or because I want approval? Did I just laugh to be polite or because I actually found that funny? Am I posting this to share or to get likes? This isn't about judging yourself, it's about awareness, because you can't change what you don't see. Step 2, adopt the "I don't need to prove myself" mindset. Here's a mental shift that changed everything for me. What if I already had everyone's approval? How would I act? You'd be calmer. You'd speak less, but say more. You wouldn't rush to fill silences. That's the energy we're after. Try this today. Before any social interaction, say to yourself, I don't need to impress, I only need to be present. Step 3. The 2-second rule, your secret weapon. Most approval-seeking behaviors happen in split-second reactions. Someone insults you, you nervously laugh it off. You get a compliment, you immediately downplay it. There's silence, you blurt something unnecessary. Here's the fix. Pause for 2 seconds before responding. This tiny gap lets your authentic reaction surface, not your people-pleasing one. Step 4. Become strategically mysterious. Attraction isn't about being an open book. It's about leaving people wanting to read the next chapter. Try these tonight. Listen more than you speak. Let others reveal themselves first. Answer questions without over-explaining. I prefer X beats a 5-minute justification. Embrace comfortable silences. They make people lean in. I used to think being mysterious meant playing games. Then I realized it's not about hiding who you are. It's about not throwing your entire personality at people in the first 5 minutes. Your challenge starts now. For the next 72 hours, focus on just one of these steps. Notice how people respond when you catch yourself seeking validation and pause. Enter conversations with nothing to prove. Let silence work for you instead of against you. The first time I tried this, I expected people to think I was being cold. Instead, they started asking me more questions, leaning in closer, remembering things I'd said days later. That's when I knew attraction isn't about effort, it's about ease. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now with guilty if you've ever caught yourself seeking validation. Be honest, because here's the secret. The moment you admit this habit is the moment you start overcoming it. And trust me, you're not alone. I'm betting 90% of the comments will be guilty too. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button. It tells YouTube you want more content like this. And subscribe, because every week I drop truth bombs that help you unlock next-level confidence and attractiveness. Want to take this to the next level? Watch my next video where I reveal how to instantly appear 10x more confident in any conversation. The link is popping up right now. Go click it, and I'll see you there.